What did a fictional character say that stuck with you? You can't keep blaming yourself. Just blame yourself once and move on. Homer Simpson. One of the wisest pieces of advice I've ever heard. Today me will live in the moment unless it's unpleasant, in which case me will eat a cookie. Cookie Monster. Edit. I've waken up to all these upvotes and rewards. Thank you so much and love you all and CM. Edit 2. Also, now that I've inspired a CM religion, my life is done. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Winnie the Pooh, Ah Milne. Suckin' at something is the first step being sorta good at something. Jake the Dog. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days, before you've actually left them. Andrew Bernard, aka the Nard Dog. This quote actually made my friend start saying this is the good ol' days guys whenever it's a really nice moment and there's a lull, and I love it so much. Edit. Gotta say I wasn't expecting Reddit to ship me with my best friend and tell me to have sex with him today, yet here we are. Also, thanks for popping my platinum cherry, this is a good ol' day. Many that live deserve death. And some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? Then do not be too eager to deal out death in judgment. Gandalf, Lord of the Rings. When you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. God on Futurama. Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something. Wesley in The Princess Bride. Edit. Wow, thanks for the gold, kind strangers. It means so much to me that my favorite movie helped me get it, haha, and I love seeing all the other fans here. Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing. Confidence. It's the food of the wise man but the liquor of the fool. Vikram The Office. You know, it's at times like this, when I'm trapped in a airlock with a man from Beetlejuice, and about to die of asphyxiation in deep space, that I really wish I'd listened to what my mother told me when I was young. Why? What did she tell you? I don't know, I didn't listen. Arthur Dent. Pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame. Uncle Iroh, Avatar, The Last Airbender. What is the most important step a man can take? Always the next step. Dalinar: edit. From Oathbringer, Book 3 of the Stormlight Archive, written by Brandon Sanderson. Not everything is a lesson. Sometimes, you just fail. Dwight K. Schrute. Edit. 6 years on Reddit and a Dwight quote is what pops my gold cherry. Appropriate. There's no geographical solution to a spiritual problem. Tony Soprano replying to someone who wanted to get away from it all. Edit. Thanks for the gold and silver. 0. I'd trade it all for a little more. CM Burns. If you want to know what a man's like, judge him on the way he treats his inferiors, not his equals. Sirius Black always really stuck with me because I really think it's pretty solid advice. Edit. Thanks for the silver, whoever y'all kind people are. The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it, or learn from it. Rafiki, The Lion King. A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. Agent K. Men in Black. 1500 years ago, everybody knew that the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew that the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that humans were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. It's not out of this world profound or anything, but that whole scene on the bench was so good, it was almost out of place in the movie. Not to say MIB wasn't good. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard ya hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Rocky Balboa. Edit. Thanks for the gold. I don't know how many years I got left on this earth, so I'm gonna get real weird with it. Frank Reynolds. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life. Jean-Luc Picard. An old friend once told me something that gave me great comfort. something he had read. He said that Mozart, Beethoven, and Chopin never died. They simply became music. Dr. Robert Ford, Westworld. Losing people is a part of life, but that doesn't mean you stop letting them in. Lego Batman. That movie came out shortly after I lost my grandpa. He was one of 2 people I was closest with. When he died, I went through a really rough phase. Ever since I heard that phrase, it stuck with me. It's like those lights in the sky. They all look the same from here, but that doesn't make them less pretty. River Wiles. This is my family. I found it all on my own. It's a little broken but still good. Yeah, still good. Stitch. It is important to draw wisdom from different places. If you take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale. Uncle Iroh, Avatar TLA. Never forget what you are, the rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor and it can never be used to hurt you. Tyrion Lannister edit. Thanks for the gold and the silver. Be loyal to what matters. Arthur Morgan. People like to invent monsters and monstrosities. Then they seem less monstrous themselves. When they get blind drunk, cheat, steal, beat their wives, starve an old woman, when they kill a trapped fox with an axe or riddle the last existing unicorn with arrows, they like to think that the bane entering cottages at daybreak is more monstrous than they are. They feel better then. They find it easier to live. Geralt of Riva, The Last Wish. Abigail. What about your sword? I heard witchers carry 2 a silver blade for monsters and steel for humans. Geralt of Rivia. Both are for monsters. Come, Mr. Frodo, he cried. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Samwise Gamgee is the friend we all need. Sam, I know. It's all wrong by rights, we shouldn't even be here. But we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. The ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were, and sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. That meant something. Even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. Because they were holding on to something. Frodo, what are we holding on to, Sam? Sam, that there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for. Shit gets me every single time. You can handle anything for 10 seconds, Kimmy Schmidt. Personal isn't the same as important. This is said by both Captain Carrot and Granny Weatherwax in the Discworld books by Terry Pratchett. Better to serve a good man than to rule with an evil one. Merlin. That quote has stuck with me for so long, and I have thought about it many times. The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. Jack Sparrow edit. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the gold. First award ever. I'm so happy. Captain Jack Sparrow. Time is an illusion, lunchtime doubly so. Everyone always has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions. It never matters. You are always alone in your actions. Hawk from Dragon Age 2 edit. Yes, she does say this in Inquisition, I forgot, thank you. There are no choices. Nothing but a straight line. The illusion comes afterwards, when you ask why me, and what if? When you look back and see the branches, like a pruned bonsai tree, or forked lightning. If you had done something differently, it wouldn't be you, it would be someone else looking back, asking a different set of questions. Max Payne in Max Payne 2. The Fall of Max Payne. The best answer is usually the easiest one, and I'll be honest, killing you is hard. GLaDOS edit. Wow, I am surprised this blew up. Seeing how many people love Portal 2 as much as I do brings a tear to my eye. Happy crying face. Edit 2. Thanks for silver, stranger. It's real life, and in real life, you can't always win. Gerald, hey Arnold. And someday you're going to look around, and realize that everybody loves you, but nobody likes you. And that is the loneliest feeling in the world. BoJack Horseman. Burns. Well, everybody knows, war is hell. Honeycutt. Remember, you heard it here last. Hawkeye. War isn't hell. War is war, and hell is hell. And of the two, war is a lot worse. Father Mulcahy. How do you figure that, Hawkeye? Hawkeye. Easy, Father. Tell me, who goes to hell? Father Mulcahy. Sinners, I believe. Hawkeye. Exactly. There are no innocent bystanders in hell, but war is chock full of them little kids, cripples, old ladies. In fact, except for a few of the brass, almost everybody involved is an innocent bystander. Tomorrow's the day you'll pay the bills. Tomorrow's the day you'll grow up and start acting responsible. But tomorrow never comes for you, because it's always so conveniently a day away. Susie, Hey Arnold. Had to copy and paste because I forgot the original quote verbatim, but the tomorrow never comes part always stuck with me despite me being a massive procrastinator. Taking your own life. Interesting expression. Taking it from who? Once it's over, it's not you who'll miss it. Your own death is something that happens to everyone else. Your life is not your own, keep your hands off it. Sherlock, BBC. That quote was like a punch in the gut. Edit. People are getting stupidly upset over this quote. Just think about this, I've been suicidal since I was 7. I guess this quote meant something else to me than it did to you guys. Edit. Mental illness isn't one size fits all. Thor's mom, Frigga, in Endgame. Everyone fails at who they're supposed to be. The measure of a person, a hero, is how they succeed at being who they are. Edit. Referenced wrong movie, thanks, you, music note 328. I expect nothing and I am still let down. Dewey Link. One is never alone with a rubber duck. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I took this one to heart and have a rubber duck with me almost anywhere I go. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Rush. I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. Mewtwo. Pokémon the first movie. Edit 1. Guys, please, this was supposed to be wholesome. Please stop fighting in the comments. D. Edit 2. Whoa, my first gold, and I've only had Reddit for 13 days. Thanks Anon. Edit 3. 2 golds? I'm flattered. Thank you so much Anons. Yo, a fucking Pokémon said that? When Vimes says about his alcoholism, 1 is too many, 2's not enough. That's when I knew that cutting down wouldn't work, I would have to completely stop. Been sober nearly 5 years now. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past me I will turn to see fear's path. Where the fear has gone there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Moadib. You can't give her that, she screamed. It's not safe. It's a sword, said the Hogfather. They're not meant to be safe. She's a child, shouted Crumley. It's educational. What if she cuts herself? That will be an important lesson. The Hogfather by Terry Pratchett. Anyone can wear the mask. You could wear the mask. If you didn't know that before, I hope you do now. Miles Morales. Some people will always need help. That doesn't mean they're not worth helping. Mira Reed from Game of Thrones. Had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. Mordin Solus, Mass Effect 3 Edit. Thank you for the plat and silver, kind strangers. The Mass Effect trilogy is my favorite series in gaming. I still remember my first playthrough, keeping Rex alive, sacrificing Kaidan, trying to negotiate with the Council, planting the memorial on the crashed Normandy site, keeping everyone alive during the suicide mission, finally resolving the Geth-Quarian conflict, seeing Jack look after her own crew. But nothing made me stop, pause the game, and put the controller down like this moment with Mordin Solus. While not my favorite of the crew, that goes to my boy Legion. You do have a soul, my Geth friend. He, like myself, like Legion, was willing to sacrifice himself for the greater good of the galaxy and correct the mistakes of the past. You're right, Mordin, it had to be you. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. Thank you. Dark and difficult times lie ahead. Soon we must all face the choice of what is right and what is easy. Albus Dumbledore, Harry Potter. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Ferris Bueller.